What happened was.
Hey friends, it's so nice to see you. It's today, the time is now. You are here and the weather is outside your window.
Today's guest is one of the best actors I've ever worked with, and now she's embarking on an extraordinary adventure, writing and directing her first film. Please welcome my friend, Tara Bruno. Hi,
Hi.
how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, it's nice to see you.
It's so good to see you.
I talk to you every day, so I can't pretend that I haven't seen you in a long time.
It's been like
uh,
an hour, maybe.
it's been about 15 minutes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nice to see you regardless. And where are you today in the world?
I am in Astoria, Queens. You may hear the sirens in the background.
I heard
Or,
just one little tiny siren, just a blip.
yeah.
Yeah, that New York ambiance.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. I wonder if there's anyone that moves out of New York and then you know how people do like babbling brooks to sleep if they put on like faint sirens.
That'd be great. I think
Yeah.
I'll do that.
It,
Yes.
it would be soothing because sometimes it's too dark and too quiet.
I agree. It's
Yeah.
eerie.
All
Yeah.
right. I bet there's a market for this, like faint
Yeah.
New York City sirens.
We should get on this app. Does
Yeah.
anybody? I need to find somebody that makes apps.
I know. I know. Because you have a million ideas, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many ideas.
You need like a team of
Yes.
people to like, yeah, a streamline, like trademark this idea and then make it for me.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
please. Yeah.
Speaking of being a maker, you're embarking on a thrilling new adventure, creating your first film that you wrote, you're starring in and directing, and you've assembled an incredible team of people. And congratulations, you're the recipient of a grant from the state of New York, City of New York.
City Artist Corps grant. Yeah.
Incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, how many artists like have a million ideas and they're just stuck on their own kind of, you know, making it out of nothing, and to receive the support of an organization like that, that's so thrilling and
Yeah.
like incredible timing as you embark on this adventure. So how did this come to be? Like I know you because we met acting together on the stages of the Bucks County Playhouse when we were children, and we were scene partners in many shows in a fabulous summer stock season. But I love that our paths have intertwined for so many years, like almost, you know, going on 20 soon, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we met up in the UK while you were getting your master's at the Royal Conservatory in Scotland, and many times in New York. And so I know the magic that is you, that you're a writer, you're an actor, you're a director, just an all around creator. And it's been so cool to watch your journey. But tell us how this film that you're now in production for came to be.
Aw, thanks, pal.
Yeah.
Uh, I I applied for the grant in early July, I believe, and it is a $25 million recovery initiative for artists in New York City.
You got $25 million?
I wish I got 25 million. No, that was spread out.
Yeah,
Spread
just
out.
put it with one person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I asked. They said no. Not this time.
Uh-oh.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, you'll prove yourself. They'll be back.
It's my first film, so I got to start small and
Yeah.
expand. Because apparently filmmaking is incredibly expensive. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm learning so much. But yeah, I applied for the grant. You send in work samples and letters of recommendation, bios, press articles, whatever you may have. There's different options that you can send in, and then approved, and they grant you the money.
Wow, wow. So that's kind of a quick turnaround because it's only September.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. So part of the initiative is that you're going to do something public for the community of New York City to bring arts back into the community, right?
Wow.
So I will be screening a trailer of my film, free, uh, by the end of October.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow. That's so exciting. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
I'm very
Wow.
excited.
But this film, this was kind of like a hell or high water situation. Like the grant just was the icing on top. I think you were doing this no matter what, right?
Absolutely. So it started off as a friend and I wanting to create something, and she had said that she had a location, a church, and to write something in a church for the two of us.
Yeah.
So I did, and then I wrote something again, and then the church location fell through, and then she got another job, and so she fell through. And then, and then I got the grant 2 days later. And then I reached out to some incredible people in my community, Joseph Craig being one of them, from a workshop that I take with John Shear pretty regularly. And he helped me sort of navigate the beginning world of starting out as a filmmaker. It's so fun. It's so intense and it's a lot of hard work, and I have so much more respect for filmmakers than I ever did. It's
Oh, I'm sure.
incredible.
What's the most surprising thing, going from the acting side of the camera to the other side of the camera, whether it's the writing process or thinking about directing, or what's the most surprising?
The most surprising thing is the budget, actually. Coming as an actor, um, actors get paid less than people on the other side of the camera. That's just
Yeah,
a fact.
right.
And so I am paying my other actress, the same base level as I would one of the crew members. But that was very eye-opening.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Great. So you kind of have a favored nation's pay setup just of equality
Well,
in a way, striving for equality.
yes, yes. Budget is a very challenging thing for
Oh
sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
you want to pay people what they're worth, and they're worth so much.
Right.
And I just don't have that $25 million yet. So,
Right. Well, we were talking about this just recently because it's interesting in our union Screen Actors Guild, you can put in the same amount of work on two different projects, and one is a feature film and one is an ultra low budget agreement. And it's the same amount of work. Your acting's just as hard, but in one you may be paid, a few $100, and in one you may get $50 million.
yes,
It just
absolutely.
depends. Isn't that
It's a
staggering?
large scale.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I guess it's the same in, on stage in Actors Equity Association as well, because you could be doing, a guest appearance agreement where you're almost working for free, or you could be doing the same amount of work on Broadway,
Yeah,
making, you know, a ton of money. So yeah,
yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
But it all, I think, plays into the hand of that we're so passionate about what we do that it isn't necessarily the monetary value. It's like, what do I get out of this as an artist? And
Absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
we're hungry. We're hungry to create stuff, you know?
so hungry,
Yeah,
thirsty,
yeah.
starving.
So,
Yes. Well, I'm so excited to have a front row seat to your journey of development of this project, but also to see the final product. And you've been sending me some sneak peeks of costumes, and it's so exciting, and it's just barreling towards the big filming time.
yeah, I think 11 days now. So,
Wow, wow, wow. And
yeah.
you found another church.
I did,
You
yes, because
found
I've
another
been going
actor.
after one church for a long time with no success.
Yeah.
And I found another church, and they were really lovely. And he told me that a lot of films have Episcopal churches for
Oh,
some reason.
maybe
Yeah, if you're seeing a church in a movie, it's probably an Episcopal church. So,
those
yeah,
Episcopalians love
yeah,
love the arts,
they
turns
love
out.
the arts
That's,
apparently.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you're allowed to be gay.
Yes, yes, the
We love the
pastor is
Episcopalians.
gay. Yeah. I love
Fabulous.
it. It's
Well, if I'm
wonderful.
looking for a church, I'm going to hit up those Episcopalians
Yes.
for a seat in the front row.
Good call.
Well, what else is inspiring you right now? Where do you get your inspiration from? Because I know we're like TV buddies and we watch a lot of the same stuff and talk to each other about it. But what something I admire so much about you is I think of anyone I know, you take the continuing education component of being an artist the most seriously. Like you're always in class, you're in discussion groups, you're always just feeding that well. And where does that drive come from, and what's inspiring you right now?
Well, my mom is a teacher, so I think I am a lifelong student, probably
Mm.
because of her. And so I have her to thank for that. And I just get so inspired by watching films, by watching new TV. It sort of gives me the permission to tell my story, you
Mm.
know? And we
Mm.
shouldn't have to wait for permission, but sometimes we do for whatever reason. And, I think I've lived long enough to sort of be able to look back at my life and think, oh, how did I get here? And what made me who I am today? And so I think a lot of what I really like to write is looking back on that, reflecting on that, and also envisioning a world like an ideal world. I
Mm.
love to, I love to write in an alternate reality, but just a little bit off, like not full-blown sci-fi, although I love sci-fi. Um, just a little bit off, and it's so just a tiny bit off that it's a little like it could actually be next week. That's
Yeah.
how, yeah.
Well, look at what we've learned. I think so much has happened in our lives recently that is kind of beyond the limits of our imagination.
Right,
Like
right.
if we saw a show of some of the things that have happened in our lives recently, we'd be like, come on, that's so far-fetched.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. We have so many different words that we never used to use before because of the internet, because of social media,
Right.
because of politics and religion and different laws. It's incredible.
Global pandemic, you know.
Yes, pandemic.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. How much of that do you think has informed your writing on this film?
A lot. I think more and more I realize how short life is,
Yeah.
you know, and how precious it is, and how lucky I am, how privileged I am to get a grant from New York City to make something that I love that, it's just I feel it's not lost on me how lucky I am, you
Yeah.
know. And
Amen.
I want to share that with other people, and I want to write stories for people that may not feel heard or seen. And I love writing about um, stigmas and bringing stuff to the surface that people might think, oh, that's really weird. When you put it in a story, people are like, that's not so weird. And I do that all the time. And I have a friend that does that, or I know somebody like that.
Uh-huh.
So let's all bring it up to the surface and talk about it.
Oh yeah, I absolutely
Explain.
1,000,000%
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, I mean, I think as we know, in this pause, in this enormous pause we've had such time for reflection, introspection, examining ourselves, looking in the mirror, looking around. And there's so many roads you can go down, and it's interesting to observe, who goes down what road. But it's
Yeah.
definitely a time where it's possible to develop even deeper empathy than we've ever had individually, collectively, and I hope more of that for all of us, because it's really, and I think that's one of the most beautiful things we can get out of acting. And we talk about this a lot, of examining characters. It's like when you see something in a character that you don't identify with, when you go deeper with it, you have the opportunity to develop empathy for your fellow human being, because
Yeah.
you're understanding the idea of an other.
Yeah, I find other people endlessly fascinating. So fascinating. I want to live their life. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I gotta do this over here too. And I've grown to love my life, but it definitely took a minute because I was always looking outside of myself and wanting to play somebody else and just to
Right.
imagine what it would be like to be them.
Well,
Yeah.
that's research as an actor, right? It's a blessing and a curse, but that's kind of
Yeah.
what happens in a lot of
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Well, can I ask you some questions?
Oh, sure, please.
All right. Zodiac sign.
Leo.
Favorite flavor of ice cream.
Ooh. Ooh. I like anything Van Leeuwen's. I like peanut butter chocolate chip. Peanut butter cup chocolate chip.
Anything peanut butter and chocolate is pretty
Yeah, that's my
absolutely.
favorite.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Wait, I'm now pause. I'm remembering when we worked together how we used to just eat peanut butter with a spoon out of other people's jars of peanut butter.
Yes, we did that.
Yeah. I think I called it the peanut butter tour, where we'd go in the cabinets and take other people's peanut butter and just eat a spoon.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
Ooh, sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, back to you. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Tea.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, the UK.
Copious amounts of tea. A
Yeah.
lot of tea. Yes.
Is that something you picked up in the UK, or was that you before
You
Scotland?
know, I used to love coffee and I drank too much of it, so I had to stop drinking coffee and I learned to love tea.
Ah,
Yeah.
all right. Some hard ones. Favorite screen actor,
Ooh,
male or female? Anyone?
I think Kate Winslet.
Oh, what a great answer.
Yeah.
Favorite stage actor?
Ooh. The first person that popped into my head was Helen McCrory. May she
Oh.
rest in peace. I saw her in Medea.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Mm, mm.
Mountains close second, though.
Fantasy vacation spot. You can go anywhere in the world for as long as you like.
Well, I feel like I just did my fantasy in Iceland.
Yes.
I want to go back.
Yeah,
After
fair.
that, I don't know. I would like to explore Ireland more.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. So yeah, that whole region of
Yeah.
like yeah, fantasy Northern Europe
Also,
type.
I think Russia would be fun as well, but
Yeah,
because
but
of the dicey politics, I
Yeah.
don't feel good about booking that trip. you
there are
know?
a lot of places I'd really like to go, but don't feel safe going as a gay man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope
And
that.
I don't really want to go because I don't want to. Yeah, that's not cool.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe someday. Okay, you can live an entire year as someone else. Who is it?
Viola Davis.
Oh, yeah. In that year, what is she doing?
Everything.
Film, TV, everything, winning awards.
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to live inside her and see what it would be like to be her. Yeah.
Fabulous. You can have an entire weekend away with 3 people, anyone who's ever lived. Who are they?
Anyone who's ever lived.
Yeah, 3 people.
Probably Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and Madonna.
That's
That
gonna,
was my childhood, so
yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. Wow.
yeah.
I was expecting a Shakespeare from you, but yeah, that's kind of more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Okay, you can go back in time to any moment in your life and tell your younger self in that moment one thing.
I would tell her everything is working out for you. Just trust.
Beautiful. And finally, what is the meaning of life?
To give life meaning.
I love it. Yeah. Hallelujah. Well, thanks for coming on. This has been such a pleasure, and can't wait to see your film. And I just love having a front row seat to your life. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend for so many years.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's my pleasure. Thank
All
you
right.
for having me.
Of course, I'll talk to you in probably about 5 minutes.
Cheers.
Okay.
That's all for today's episode. Puppies and rainbows till we meet again.